You've gone to say too much now. You're now feeling bad. You're regretting. When you were doing papa papa papa, you were talking. You didn't know, Abby. Stop oversharing. Guys, good day, good afternoon. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing? How is work? How is business? How is life? How is Nigeria treating you? Before I go right into what we're talking about today, thank you so much for liking, for commenting, for sharing my YouTube channel, my link, for telling somebody about this channel. I'm so grateful. And I sincerely appreciate all your efforts at making sure that we move forward on this channel. Thank you so much. Without further ado, we're going to be diving right into what we're talking about today. We're talking about something a little bit sensitive, something interesting, all right, but a little bit sensitive because a lot of times we need to know if we're on track, if we are doing too much, or we are not even doing too much at all. So what we're talking about today is not everybody needs to know the secret, the truth about oversharing versus expressing. Now, while we tend to express ourselves a lot in this generation, a lot of people tend to express themselves via social media and all. Where do we really get to draw the line? Where do we really need to where do we really get to say, okay, I'm not doing this, this is the limits, or this is, what is guiding me and all that. So that's what we're doing today. Sit tight, grab a popcorn, a drink, kuli granules, anything that you can find, water most importantly, and let's go right into today's topic. Times we found ourselves in situations whereby we, maybe for instance, we share an information, something maybe personal, to somebody, and just after spilling it out, you now start regretting that, oh, I shouldn't have said this thing I said is too much, I shouldn't have said it to this extent, I shouldn't have even said it all together. At some point in our lives, each and every one of us, we have probably found ourselves in that situation. And it is very important to know that in this world where social media is predominant, a lot of times we don't even have physical contact, as it's where you're always with your phone. As long as you're with your mobile phone, you feel like you can reach the world, you know what's going on across the world, on Twitter, on on Instagram, and the rest, the likes. So because social media is a tool for integration, you can make a post today and it will, somebody in South Africa would see it, somebody in India will see it, because of the way social media can now bridge communication and all that. So and it is quite easy. In the same vein, it is very easy to actually blur the line between sharing for expressing yourself, sharing something so that people can learn, or sharing too much, giving too much information that probably can even put you at risk. So what we're talking about today, we're going to talk about what does oversharing really mean, what does it mean to express yourself, what are the dangers of giving out too much information, how to express yourself without crossing the line, and the likes. Must know is that expressing yourself, or expression, is very very healthy. Expression helps you to allows you to release tension, maybe emotional tension, for emotional release. It helps you to be like self-aware. It gives you a sort of connection with people. A lot of, for instance, on social media, a lot of content creators, they can connect with one another because somebody is probably doing something that you can relate with. Relatableness, that's one thing about expression. So expression itself is healthy, but when you are you can actually over express yourself, you can actually do too much, you can actually share sensitive informations that should not even, a third party should not even be hearing it, not to talk of like social media, for instance, because social media is a big place. So like I said, expressing oneself is very 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 healthy. It's good. It is, I actually recommend expressing yourself, but we must know when to draw the line. Oversharing, on the other hand, is revealing personal information in a way that even makes people that are listening to you feel uncomfortable, or in a way that you can even be putting yourself in a vulnerable state or in danger. I remember that a couple of months ago, a certain content creator, did this challenge with her husband and all that, and she was spilling, in my opinion, she was spilling too much. If she didn't say that, all of us will not know what's going on in their bedroom. But you brought what's going on in your marriage, in your bedroom, to the eye of the public. Then everybody's now dissecting. Everybody is now giving their hot takes. People are even insulting you, getting to the extent that people that on a normal day should not even be able to have any conversation with you, you've given them the leverage, you've given them the ground to talk to you anyhow. For instance, that information, for instance, I remember that she was talking about what her husband does in the bedroom, what he doesn't do, what she wishes he does, and just revealing very stupid information, sorry, on social media, and asked myself, what's really the essence of this? Why do we need to really know this information? Because your husband is not married to us, we are not married to you. You can as well deal with whatever is going on in your marriage without bringing it to the eye of the public. I'm sure in her own opinion she was actually catching cruise, just making fun of it. But do you know that one thing we must know is that social media never forgets? Till date, I still saw a comment. She posted her husband, I think, few days or few weeks ago, and somebody made a comment and said, "This your husband that you know the same thing that she was using, jokingly complaining about or jokingly saying in the eye of public. Somebody was using it to troll her and all that." So social media, people are in the comfort of their houses. They feel like they can post anything, they can react to whatever thing that it is your responsibility to guide yourself. It is your responsibility to not put yourself out in that light that you can endanger your relationships, your marriage, put yourself in danger and all that. A lot of times you see on social media, you are taking your child to school and everybody can see the badge of the school, everybody can see the name of the school. No decorum, no is this secrecy, I want to even say, no decorum at all. Do you think it's everybody that is on social media that really likes you, social media that cares about you? It's not everybody that likes you. The fact that you are even looking good, you are packaging yourself very well. Some people are envious, some people are jealous of it, and people can go um a lot of miles to bring you down. So this thing is not a cliche. It is not, it's not just trying to be spiritual. You have to be very careful of the information. I remember that I know that there are certain people in my life, any information that I don't want it to make to the public, I can never ever share it with them, because I know these people are people that are loose mouthed. The moment you share it like this, they claim to be joyful. You that you have the reason to be joyful, you are not brandishing it on social media. But the moment they hear it like this, they don't even have any go ahead of whether you should put it on social media, whether you should post your win. They've gone 1 million miles ahead to post it. I cannot contain my joy. Oga, it's not that you cannot contain your joy, it's just that you are badly behaved. Because how can somebody tell you something? You have not even asked, okay, do you think it's okay to post? You have already started posting because you are overjoyed. You are not overjoyed. You don't know how to behave. There are certain things that I want to do that until I'm ready to execute it, like nobody is going to hear it. Because I know that the moment you hear it, I am rest assured that 150 people has heard it. 1 million people has heard it. So we must know when to actually stop. We must know when to draw the line. You can be happy for somebody without going ahead to put the person in public, especially if the person doesn't want. It is okay if the person doesn't mind. If the person wants to be, there are some people that actually a lot of people on my contact, people that I necessarily don't even talk to like that. They are doing birthdays and they are sharing their pictures with me, and that we don't even really have any. We just happen to have each other's number. And these people really want you to post it. If you feel like it, you can do it. But for somebody, maybe somebody gave birth, somebody bought something, somebody is relocating, and they don't want to share it immediately. You have already carried it. Hey, I cannot contain my joy. I cannot skip. People that you are traveling, for instance, especially with the whole insecurity and the whole security threats that is going on in this part of the world, you are putting yourself, you even snap the place number. I'm traveling, I'm on my way to Edo State, I'm on my way to Ondo State. What I think a lot of times what we need to do is, before making any post, before sharing any information, as it were, especially those that are sensitive, really think about it. What is the purpose of this information that I'm about to share? Do I really need to share this information? Am I doing it so that somebody can learn something? Or I'm just trying to be foolish? Or I'm just trying to, I cannot just keep anything to myself? I remember some time ago, I think the beginning of this year, I shared a video. I made a post about on YouTube. You can check the video. I made a post about, one of the how God helped me to overcome my fears, how I was vulnerable and all that. And I remember that when I made that post, even before watching it, my sister called me. She chatted me. I was like, this thing that I'm about to share. Hope I'm not sharing too much. Hope I'm not. And I understand the place that she was coming from. I do understand, because the world is a terrible place. But in that video, one thing you must know is that that video had been sitting in my archive for like the maybe 2 months before I posted it. I didn't just feel led to post it. The time I posted it was when I feel led. And I filtered my word. I was not necessarily saying that. I was talking about how God healed me from illness and all that. I did not mention any sickness. I didn't mention anything. And that was even in the past, because God has already even taken the glory over that. So I did not put myself in a position that, okay, people will now start. Of course, a lot after that post, I remember that a lot of people came, apart from the comment section. Even my sister that, called me, she was really blessed by that. And I understand that she was really looking out for me, and I'm grateful that I have such people in my corner. But I remember that aside from even YouTube, people chatted me privately on WhatsApp and all, and they were saying that, oh, they were really blessed. What I said really blessed them, because I felt like God wanted me to make that post because it would probably teach somebody, it would liberate somebody. Maybe somebody was going through the same thing that I went through, and somebody needed to learn, somebody needed a word of hope and all that. That's why I posted it. But if I had said anything that would put me in I don't know, is it in danger, I would not post it. I'm not a fool to come and carry my life, and my life is not a content. I'm not a fool to use my life and be giving you hot takes, or to be giving you content to entertain you. No. So we must really, really, really know when to, when to stop, when you're actually doing too much. Another thing that I want to talk about is the signs that you might be oversharing too much. These are the signs. I'm going to mention the signs, how you actually feel. How would you know that you are sharing too much? Because sometimes you may innocently just want to express yourself, but you have actually crossed the line. Number one, you feel exposed or regret it later. A lot of times you shared something, you didn't think about it too much. If we actually took a sit back to actually think about the things that we're about to post, maybe it will save us from a lot of stress and a lot of regret in the end. So you need to really think about it. What is your motive for wanting to make this post? What is your motive? I understand that social media is a place to socialize. You can post your picture. I post my pictures if I feel like. If I like, I post on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, but to share, maybe express yourself, especially on personal or very sensitive issues. So when you make this post and you now start feeling, oh, you feel too exposed, you regret it later, maybe you shouldn't have really made the post. So before you make any post, sit down, think about it, that if I make this post, how would I feel after it has gone to the public? Throw any outcome that actually comes from after I've shared this. That's number one. So you must you feel exposed, you feel too vulnerable, you begin to regret after you have made a post. So each time you make a post and you delete it, or you feel the need to delete it from social media, you actually have done too much. You shouldn't have even made that post in the first place. Number two is you share deep or personal issues with casual acquaintances or random people. I remember I met somebody, and I'm not saying this, I'm just saying it because it's related to this topic. Nobody has heard it from me. I met somebody on one platform, on a WhatsApp group platform. So I joined this group for a particular purpose. And for the sake of accountability, this person reached out to me because I was actually doing well with the group. This person reached out to me that, okay, please, so that we can be accountable to each other, that kind of thing. And it was very okay by me. And it was barely a month. And mind you, this person, the only thing that we do is, okay, how are you going? What's up? What are the challenges that you are experiencing and all that? We don't really have any. We've never met. But this person randomly just sent me a message one day. Or was it a call or a message? And she was telling me that something, I don't want to talk about what she said. She was telling me about something sensitive that happened in her marriage, something just happened now in her marriage. She doesn't know how to react. She doesn't know how to. And in as much as I pity and I feel, I empathize with her, I didn't, that time, what I did was, is it okay to actually reach out to you later to call you? Because I didn't want to say anything in the heat of the moment. Then she will now settle with her husband, or she will settle whatever is going on in her marriage. She will now come and put me in the middle. I got around to asking, okay, what's up? And it was even after like a week or two, she now chatted me that she told me this thing. I did not. the truth is I intentionally didn't, because I don't know what to say. It is your decision. It is your cross to make. I don't know your husband. I don't even know you to be offering that kind of advice. It would have been a different case if you're somebody I know, maybe a close friend of mine, maybe my siblings or something. I'll be able to advise. But I don't know you from anywhere. Don't you think that information is able to set? And no matter how I try as much as possible to look beyond that, we know we've moved on. We talk casually, react to my status, I react to her status, and all that. Somewhere, because I'm human, in the inside of my mind, I still look at her with that eye that, hey. And it's just natural. Even though I try as much as possible not to express it, to suppress, to behave as if I never heard that. But I've heard it. It's probably somewhere in my chat, and I've heard it. So you cannot, when you have said something, you cannot take it back. Once something has fallen out of your mouth, you cannot, there's really no damage control that you want to do as it were that would be better if you didn't put it in public in the first place. So that information, when you feel the urge to always share sensitive and personal information with people that you are just meeting, you just meet somebody today, you don't know the person already knows everything that's going on in your life, already knows about your family, already knows. I know that sometimes people can be in situations in their life where they really need to talk to somebody, but to constantly crave the validation of people so much, to constantly crave the attention of people, that you are putting yourself in putting yourself out, telling people things that they shouldn't know about you, that may be a sign that you're actually oversharing. Number 3, you constantly seek validation through sharing. Sometimes the reason why you share is not because you are looking for solution. You just want to I don't know how to really explain it. You just want people to pity you. It's just because of pity. You know that this person, quite alright, cannot give you the solution that you desire, cannot give you the solution that you are craving for, the attention that you are craving for, but you just want the attention. You just want somebody to pity you, that this guy is really going through this issue, so that people can know. People don't really need to know. People don't really need to know. People don't really, you don't need to be looking for people's faces, as it were, like that you now have to use the past very deep and sensitive things that is going on in your life to go and tell them, because you are looking for friendship. Maybe you want somebody to be your friend, so you feel like the only thing that can make you close, that can bond you, is by telling the person very sensitive information. It doesn't work like that. Really, it doesn't work like that. As it is it that your family members have even finished, you don't have siblings, you don't have extended family that you can even talk to. Is a random person on social media that this person I can talk to. If somebody is in a place to actually help you, maybe a therapist or that, I understand that that's professional. But somebody that does not have the capacity to do any assistance to you, that does not have any capacity to be of help to you, you are there sharing. It is well. So how to actually now I've given you the signs that you're oversharing. So how to actually express yourself without doing too much, without crossing the line, without oversharing. Number 1, you need to know your audience. Who are your audience? Who are the people that you are talking to? What do you want them to learn? If you're expressing something, if you're using yourself as an example, for instance, is there a lesson to learn without diminishing yourself? Is there a way you can say it? Is there a way you can put it? Because, like I said, you must always protect yourself. The world is a scary place. The world is a wicked place. You cannot afford to put yourself in the light that after something has passed 10 years, people are still using that eye to judge you. A lot of people, they've cancelled them because of something that happened, because of something that they said. You really should not put yourself in that situation. So you must know your audience. Number 2, what is the purpose for this information that I'm sharing? What is the purpose for expressing myself? Am I just trying to rant? Am I just trying to feel better? Am I just trying to for instance, on Twitter, there are certain organizations that will ask you for your Twitter and social media accounts before they employ you. It's because they want to know if you have a track record of jam talking. Because some people, they'll just get to Twitter like this, no filter. They'll just start talking, and you may want to get employed in a organization that is very conservative. For instance, they will not hire you. Because you are the same person that is talking about government. I understand you have the right to talk about your government, right? You are the same person that is diminishing somebody. You are the same person that is dragging somebody. You are the same person that is dragging pastors. It's not a good place to be, honestly. So number 2, know your purpose. What is the purpose for sharing is always think before you post. Think. You may need to evaluate things before you post. You may have written a post for like 5 days. Keep it. Read it again the first day. Maybe you are not in your right senses. The next day, come back to read it and see that, okay, this is actually social media worthy. The moment you realize that this should not get online, delete it immediately. Delete it. If you even know that people will misunderstand you, even delete it. Honestly, delete it. Then another thing is avoid posting impulsively when you are emotional. Some of you, it's from your status that we know that your marriage has issue. So some of you, it's from your status that we know that your boyfriend has cheated, that men are scum, that women used to eat men money. It's from your status. Anything that's happened to you is from your status. The moment we see that you have put something on your status, we can already say that this is what is going on in your life. We can decode. So when you are having issues, for instance, especially in your relationship or anything, it is not the time to come and start writing on your status. You know, go and look for quotes on on Instagram. When they don't love you, it's time to take a walk. When they love you, it's time to sit down. When you think we're mumu, we know who you are. We know what is going on in your relationship. So avoid posting when you're emotional. Sometimes you can really get emotional that will get the better part of you. The time to really evaluate is when you are in your right senses. Calm down. That thing that you're about to post tomorrow, look at it. That is this still worthy of being posted? If it is not, then you know that you shouldn't have posted it in the first place. So that's about that for what I wanted to talk about today. So how to know when we are actually oversharing or when we are right on track. I'm sure that you learned one or two things. If you're able to relate with what I've said on this YouTube channel today, please like, please share, please comment. I really need your comments. Tell me if you can relate with